Well, good morning, my loves. I miss you more than I can possibly tell you, and I gotta tell you, I will never complain about that 1 hour commute ever again. This morning, I thought that I would post this on our classroom page and give you some exposure to one of my very favorite poets of all time. His name was William Carlos Williams. He wrote in the late early 1900s, and he was a doctor. And so all of his poems were written on little prescription pads. This poem in particular has always really struck a chord with me. It's called The Red Wheelbarrow. The story behind the poem is this. He went to a home with a very sick little girl in it. He knew that she was not going to make it, and he knew that her parents were going to have to survive even when she passed and keep carrying on with the farm and all of those things. And as he was sitting by her bedside, offering her as much comfort and support as he could, he looked outside and he saw this little red wheelbarrow sitting next to the barn, waiting to be used. And all he could think to himself was that tomorrow morning the sun would come up and that life would have to continue. And although I don't think we're in that kind of a dire situation, I think the message is really beautiful, that every day we get up and we go on with life. I want to tell you how proud I am of those of you who are really putting your best foot forward and are doing the assignments and submitting your work and doing as much as you can to keep those brains active. I would encourage you to do a reading of something, a book, a short story. Go look for something online that you could read. If you want a real challenge, find a story that a movie is made out of, like a historical fiction kind of thing, and then do some research about how true or accurate the movie is. For example, Pocahontas. Watch the movie Pocahontas by Disney, and then do some research about Pocahontas and John Smith. I just wanted to let you all know that I miss you so much, and that this is going to be over before we know it. So here is The Red Wheelbarrow, written by William Carlos Williams. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. One of the reasons I love this poem is the imagery that it gives you. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow. Notice how he uses the word red. He didn't have to. He could have just said wheelbarrow, but he wanted to give you that visual. Glazed with rainwater. Glazed is a beautiful use of diction. So you can see the droplets kind of coming off of the wheelbarrow. You can feel that cool morning mist. You even know what time it is just based on that glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. Now, did he have to say white chickens? No. But again, he wanted to give you that visual. In addition, if you've ever been around chickens, it also gives you a nice audio imagery for you. And again, the depiction of the farm, the depiction of the rain, that should enact your smell sense. And so you've got hearing, you've got visual, and you've got smell. And if you really wanted to take it a step further, you could touch that wheelbarrow and feel the rain droplets come down. He's enacted your touch sense. So an amazing poem, and so much information with just 8 lines. It just goes to prove you don't have to write a lot to make a huge impact. In addition to reading, I would encourage you to journal. I know, I'm an English teacher. I'm always telling you to write. I get it. But you know what? This is a historical thing. This is something I don't know that our country will ever see again. And this is something you can share with your children and grandchildren someday. So record it. Write every day. What did you do today? What's challenging you today? Who do you miss today? What do you miss today? When you look back at that in a year, 5 years, or 10 years, you're going to go, wow, I remember that time. So I'm thinking of you. I miss you so much. I hope you watch this because it's my English teacher craziness, hoping that I can still fill your mind with information, even though we are miles, literally miles and miles apart. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you all. Mwah! See you soon. Hugs, Miss Flag.